Welcome back, darlings, to Zebra Cult Gaming Oasis, where the bargain bins are overflowing, much like a kiddie pool filled with adults. Yeah, I know you can't afford a real pool right now. Diving into the endless available games of the Nintendo Switch eShop really encapsulates the problems of the modern gaming audience. There's so many opportunities for a new cult classic to roll by, and just as many opportunities to be absolutely disappointed. Platforms like this and Steam have given such a great place for indie developers to get their foot in the door, provided you can see them through the hailstorm of slop around them. But which category does this game qualify as? Well, this indie project features gorgeous models, a mixed media aesthetic, simple but weird gameplay, and writing somewhere between a child's bedtime story and an internet parody of classic He-Man and She-Ra. And not just from the fact that our main character rides a cat like a horse. This is gonna be one of those games, isn't it? First question, when a game has this much writing and so little gameplay, can we still consider this a game? Well, I personally define video games as control, interactivity, and consequence. We make choices in dialogue and exploration that affects whether we continue or try again, and failures drain our stock of gummy bears, so yes, I'd argue About an Elf counts as a video game. Yes, it's called About an Elf, because it's about an elf. Really creative name there, guys. And the main reason this drew my eyes from the rest of the games on offer stems from this aesthetic of live-action photographed objects layered like a disturbed I Spy spread. By the way, anyone else remember the PC game version of I Spy Haunted Mansion? Peak cult gaming classic right there. I love this mix of glam and kitschy that makes our real world appear more absurd when viewed from a different angle, which fits with the story of these tiny elves living out of sight of big humans, while experiencing tragedies from glue traps or food scarcity, or homelessness because of the humans tidying up or their carelessness. Also, our main character being this glammed up but self-delusional princess of magic going on adventures she retells to her friend makes for a silly but effective framing device, since it explains why you fail but then try again as if you didn't, and you just owe your friend a gummy bear for lying about dying. Our self-proclaimed princess must defeat the monsters with her magiballs, which have the Pokemon elemental coding, but also act like crystal balls, giving you a vision to tell you what you should choose using stock video, or Roland the OP kitty could just eat them, if he decides to involve himself. But choosing wrong loses you a gummy bear and means you must try again. As arbitrary as the logic of which magiball they intended when a cow licks the camera, I'll take this over a walking simulator any day of the week. But much like a walking simulator, the funny writing about our princess and kitty trying to find or establish a new elftopia, and failing no matter how much they succeed, can get long-winded and repetitive, especially when the first 3 chapters all have the same setups, beats, and disheartening conclusion. I love that despite the nonsense and absurdity of the entire world that we play in and the entire character cast we play with, the themes around these characters remain consistent, and her emotions are still relatable. She's a flawed character trying to project the image of a pure, incorruptible hero until she becomes that version of herself in spite of her own flaws. Yes, this girl literally embodies the phrase fake it till you make it, but in a positive, wholesome, self-improving kind of way. I won't lie though, this gameplay can feel both tediously pedestrian and archaically frustrating. The simple dialogue choices with one right answer, the fun exploration of picking randomly on stuff for more dialogue telling you to stop exploring, the hidden manatees and simple trading quest make you feel the weight of each bit of sand in the hourglass of your life you've wasted. But the magiball combat in the latter part of the game will make you second-guess every single stock video of what element the creators arbitrarily intended for you to pick up on. Possibly from the latter magiballs having a lot of overlap in their theming, but mostly from how arbitrary the choice can seem. I don't mind the hints going from obvious to less obvious, but I do mind how much room for error comes from how arbitrary it can seem. I love this idea for how weird it is, but I hate the execution in the latter half, especially the stupid cow. Go on, guess. Guess which was the right answer. Well, you're wrong. It's space. Figure that one out. Unfortunately, despite my enjoyment of the mad mosaic style, the funny but emotional writing, and the atypical protagonist and the bonkers combat system, well, the lack of replayability does hurt the quality of this product. But I obviously believe the uniqueness, the idiosyncrasy of the game makes this a cult classic worthy of the shelves of our Oasis. Though this be madness, there is an interesting gameplay experience in it. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad to see you at the Oasis. Please try out the game for yourself, so that you can make your own decision on whether or not this deserves cult classic status, but mostly so I can confirm that this isn't just a fever dream. You see it too, right? It's not just me. Stay hydrated and remember, Zebra believes in you, so you can believe in you too. Bye.
Meow.